When you would like to create a new client from your main home screen, you're going to click on the bottom right-hand tile. In this tile section, you're going to see steps at the very top. In this case, to create a client, there are truly 10 steps that you need to walk through. Very simple and very easy. The first step we're going to do is to enter in our client information. In this case, we're going to make a client called Gina Turner. For Gina Turner, we enter her first and her last name. Please note that for anything you need to do in bulk, you can upload at SalesPath.app. The login for the desktop version is identical to your login on your mobile device. Let's continue with making a manual customer. Gina Turner is our client. The next thing we're going to do is enter her company information, and if you have an assigned sales rep, or if that representative is you would put your information as well. In this case, we're going to call this Turner Construction, and we're going to say that our representative is Bill. That is our user that we're using in this example video. Step 3 is going to be to enter her information. In this case, it's going to be Gina at turnerconstruction.com. Step 4 is going to be enter a phone number. If you have international business, you can select the icon for outside of the United States, and you will see a drop-down of all the other countries available. In this case, we're going to leave our information as the United States, so we can click off of our drop-down. Here we're going to enter in a number. In this case, it's going to be 772-727-4527. Now, this is a made-up phone number, but again, it's a placeholder for the video. Step 5, you're going to add a ship-to address. In this case, we're going to say it's 1289 Smoky Lane. We're going to go in Smoky Park Highway. We're going to go into Candler, North Carolina for this one. If you have a different bill-to address, this is more for your accounting department, you would enter the information here. If it is the same, you can simply click on Same as Ship-to Address. We're going to do that for now. If you need to clear the address out because you made a mistake or you decide it's not the correct information, you can simply clear the address. Additionally, you can type the address manually if you're having some issue with the system or it's not automatically pulling known addresses. We're going to go back here and we're going to mark it as Same as Ship-to. In the next step, you have the ability to upload a logo. This is a very cool feature that we offer at SalesPath. Uploading a logo is very simple. In this case, you're going to be able to upload information. So we're going to go to our desktop or into our pictures, and we're going to be able to upload an image. In this case, what we have here is a factory shop or warehouse. You could also do their company logo, anything like that. When you've adjusted it any way that you want to, again, you can use your toggles to adjust it left or right, flip the image, etc. Click on Done and Save. Once this is saved in the system, your logo will appear here. This is going to go in the upper right-hand portion of your quote. Here is a step that's for notes specific to your client. If you have questions on what this means, click on the question icon. The question icon is going to tell you that this note will be added to every quote you create specific to the client. You can always edit it on a per quote basis as well if needed. Okay, that makes sense. So here we're going to enter in a note and say delivery only on Saturday and from, let's say, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Contact Rob S. for all deliveries. So this would be an example of something specific that would apply to Gina Turner, her company, and more specifically, anything you do for delivery or quotes. Now, if you wanted to create a client note here in step 9 of 10, this is a note specific that's only viewable to you and your team. So this would be in an internal document or memo for others to see, or for your administration to use, or if you have an assigned salesperson, they can access this note. Your client can't see this. For example, we might say Gina's birthday is in August. She likes chocolate cake. If I could spell correctly, we'd get that right. Chocolate cake. That's our internal note. It's not going to go in a quote. She's not going to see it. Strictly for your customers. Step 10 of 10 is to review your information. Once you go through and you review all of your data is correct here, you have a choice to either go back through the steps in reverse if you need to make edits, or you can hit finish and save. Once you select finish and save, you're now in a stage where you can create your first quotation for Gina. If you don't want to create a quote at this point, you can simply go home. Once you go home, it's going to show up in your summary section that you've created a new quote or new client for this segment. Congratulations, you've made your first client with SalesPath. If you need any additional help, please reach out to support@getsalespath.com.